Yeah.
Just make sure we turned all the way up. Like we live. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. Yahweh. Bahashem Mashiach. Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Melech La Olam. Melech Yisrael. Owner, creator, possessor of all things. Another live feed. Right back at it. Your brother Malachi Maccabee. Honor, humility, STL. McKill's Order, STL. House of Zion, Homeschool. Sect of the Nazarene, all the above, 4-5, Celtic media, it don't stop. But y'all see the topic, new moon, the actual new moon is tonight. You may have other brothers that did it the night before, and we're gonna share with the family why we are doing it tonight and not yesterday. You understand? No shot at any of them brothers, though. It is what it is. You understand? Just our standings and beliefs of what actually is the new moon. The new moon is a high point in time that we are supposed to observe every month. Actually, every month it's supposed to be treated as a Shabbat day. Uh, and we're gonna go over that. And you see, the subtitle to it is King Saul's hatred for David. To my left, I got my beloved Op.
Yo, Judah Moshe Ben Israel. Some of you know me as Judah the Shooter. You already know what it is.
He's in the building. It's gonna be a problem. You dig? All praise, glory, and honor. Good to see the family today. Shalom, shalom. We got up in the building. Hallelujah, hallelujah. New moon tonight. Yep. It was a double rainbow in the sky a few hours ago in St. Louis. That's right. That's right, Doc. Matter of fact, the Hebrew Gaza City Giddy just called me and told me that. Right off West Florissant. Ron Tuvia, Shalom family. Big truck in the house. Shalom elder. Shalom. El is good. Shalom family. Obadiah. Krino Rogers. Shalom, she broke. Man, Abdon. Shalom fam. We going over the new moon. Yeah, the new moon is tonight. Based off, I go by the app phases of the moon. You feel me? And as we speak right now, if y'all can see that, 1% illuminated, waxing crescent. IT in the house.
So shalom, bro.
As you see that, you feel me? And we're going to read the scriptures out the book of Enoch while we observe the new moon, not as the dark conjunction moon, but when the first sign of light hit it.
That's right.
You understand? When the first sign of light hit it, then you feel me? We keep it as a new moon. Oh man, dang! Look at that! I still got that up like it's on there.
Right.
So if y'all can see that, that's what it is right there. If you go outside, you should be able to see that little thumbnail.
Shout out to the Steel City Bros. Bros in Memphis, ATL.
Yeah, if you can do it, IT Phases of the Moon. Go to your app store, the Google Play Store or whatever, and type in Phases of the Moon, and that deal will get there. You can go look. You can move it around. What it'll look like tomorrow. 6% illuminated tomorrow. You feel me? As you just go on over.
I need to re-download that app. I used to have that.
You feel me? So that's Phases of the Moon right there. So tonight is the 14th of June. Last night it was conjunction. It was completely dark. Some brothers observed the new moon is completely dark. But once we get this scripture in Enoch, we gonna see that that's not the case. That's the end of the month. Some of the brothers are actually scared of Enoch, so it ain't no shot at y'all, but we not. We deal with Enoch and Jubilees and Jasher. We deal with all the lost books, super pictographers and all that. You feel me? So we a day later than them brothers. But according to what we read and study, we right on time. All right. So this is the beginning of the 4th biblical month. You feel me? Waxing crescent. So what we gonna do is gonna show how we supposed to observe the new moon right out the gate. We're gonna go to Psalm 81 first. Psalm 81. Can we be heard though first? Can we be heard? Can we be heard? Type of 7 up in this deal. We can be heard. Type of 7 up in that deal of we can be heard.
All praise for asking that question.
Yeah, no doubt. Michelle Shalom Shebrew. That's my New Jersey Shebrew.
Hey, shalom, sis.
That's my New Jersey Shebrew, man. Let me know when you come on out here. We'll definitely baptize you, sisters. No problem. It's no problem. Okay, we can't be heard. Howard Brown in the building. That's just cock. I saw baptized a brother a few weeks ago, and it's real. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, that's a brother.
That's our Jamaican brother. Yeah,
shalom, bro.
Yeah, hallelujah.
That's a beautiful spirited brother, man. No doubt, man.
Hallelujah. All right, so we're going to do Psalm 81 first. Psalm 81, verses 1 through 4. Shalom, brother, out for sure. Much love. Psalm 81. Psalm 81. All right, we're going to do 1 through 4 first. Psalm 81, 1 through 4. And then we're going to get into the scripture. We're going to get into the scripture on why the new moon that we observe is different from other brothers that you may see. You feel me? Because everybody was doing their new moon feast last night, and they were going off what's called the dark moon, the conjunction moon, and why we go a day later and wait for the first sign of light. You feel me? We're going to go into that scripture as well. So right now, we're going to start this out with Psalm 81. Psalm 81, we're going to read verses 1 through 4. Let's get her done. Y'all let us know when y'all there. I see sevens. It's all in the building. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and rock.
Right.
Psalm 81.
All right, Psalms 81 with the Most High permission.
Hallelujah.
Shalom, everybody. Psalms 81, verse 1. Sing aloud unto Yahweh.
That's right. These psalms are songs. Sing aloud. These are his appointed times. We should be rejoicing. All right, come on, bro.
Our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the Most High of Jacob.
That's right. Come on.
Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel.
Yeah, so these are the timbrel, you feel me, is a musical instrument. See, these things were composed over beats. Like today, we the best music. We make the best music, period. Whether you're talking about rapping, singing, whatever. You feel me? Like hit that beat. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all watch any of the latest videos about how invoking the name of the Most High and getting them vibrations going, we are musically gifted people. Vibration. And as we get to David today, you're going to see that about David. David was cold with that heart. Shout out to my Prince David.
Right. I was just thinking
cold with the heart. You know what I'm saying? But those vibrations get to moving. You feel me? And certain tonations start being said in the Hebrew language, and woo, you start feeling. You understand? You feel the presence of the Most High. Big things start happening. Lights start flickering, all type of stuff, man. So that's what it is, all right? So sing aloud, bring forth the timbrel. What else to say?
The pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Blow up the trumpet when?
In the new moon.
So the question is, when is the new moon? You feel me? The new moon signifies the beginning of each month for us as Hebrews. Every month there's a new moon. The moon goes through its phases. Every month there's a new moon. Now, some people take this to mean that there's Sabbath switch every week. We don't hold to that. We keep a weekly Sabbath every Sabbath, but we are not to forsake the new moons either, because the new moon is treated as a Shabbat. But it's not the week. It doesn't dictate the weekly Shabbat. You feel me? Some people, you know what I'm saying, caught up into that though. But no shots at them either. No shots at them either. You feel me? Certain things we gonna see on different levels until the Messiah return and gather Zion in accordance to Isaiah 52, verse 8 through 9. Then we shall see eye to eye in that day. You feel me? So no shot at anybody either. That's a lunar Sabbatary. You feel me? So yeah, we observe the new moon, but we over here don't subscribe to the ideology that the new moon dictates the weekly Shabbat. It is the beginning of every month though. But just because the beginning of every month came in today, which you can call a Thursday, don't mean I start my week back over at Sunday.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's all we're saying. But go ahead, Hebrew. What do you say?
Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Come on.
In the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
It's a solemn feast day. It's a set apart day. You feel me? You got some Hebrews that only do the new moon during the 7th month, which is called the Feast of Trumpets. You feel me? But there's a new moon observance every month, so you can keep track of the Most High's appointed times. In other words, as a Hebrew, no feast day should ever sneak up on you. You never say, dang, what month is it? I didn't even know that. Well, that's because you wasn't keeping track of the months or the moons. You understand? The Most High give us signals and signs every month to let us know what season we in, what time it is, and all that, right? Come on, Hebrew, let's read.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
For this was a statute for Israel.
Yeah.
And a law of the power of Jacob.
And a law. See, this is a law. This is a statute. This is not a suggestion. You understand? This is a law. And by us being more obedient and observing this thing every month, it keeps us on point. You understand? Not doing it, we be missing out on blessings and all type of stuff, man. You feel me? So it's just time to focus more and tighten up more. I know, salute to any of the brothers that's out there doing new moon feasts every month. I've been watching brothers for years, but every month they like clockwork. They're doing it. You feel me? Because that's what you're supposed to do to keep track of the Most High's times and seasons. right? You shouldn't be in this truth and you've been around for a whole bunch of years and the Passover sneak up on you.
Sneak up.
You feel me? The Feast of Weeks sneak up on you. You understand? The dedication, the tabernacles, all these feasts sneak up on you. Why? Because you're not keeping track of, you understand, the appointed times of the Most High. That's right, Tuvaya. We go on there next. Give me Genesis 1. Genesis 1, 14 through 18.
My Genesis 1 came out here.
Okay, that's all good. Well, you're a flip master,
man.
brother.
I'm trying to tell you, Genesis 1 and flipped out of that.
People say forgetful lights. Exactly, y'all.
Man.
Exactly. We're supposed to keep track of the Most High signs. And you see the subtitle is King Saul's hatred for David. We're going to touch an aspect of that as well. You feel me? Because a lot of that went down during the new moon. You feel me? We speed read through these scriptures, never trip like, dang, hold on, that happened during the. And this also proves that the new moon is considered the first day of every month. Right now, the first day of the fourth biblical month just started. So hallelujah, praises to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, let alone another month. All praises. All right, let's get her done, Hebrew.
Verse 14. The book of Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 1, verse 14.
God.
And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven.
It didn't say one light, lights up, plural. You understand? So the sun plays a role as well as the moon, as well as the stars. You understand? Some people lean just strictly with the sun, Sunday service, worship, and all that. Some people lean strictly with the moon, Islam. We're supposed to be dealing with both. Some people just deal directly with the stars, astrologers, and all that. When the Most High gave all these lights in the firmament to be signals for his seasons and his appointments. All right, what else to say?
To divide the day from the night.
Yeah.
And let them be for signs and for seasons.
Sign is short for signals. Let it be for signals and for seasons. The Hebrew word for season is moed or moedim, which means appointment. Come on. We need to be keeping the Most High's appointments. We got weekly appointments with the Shabbat. You feel me? We got monthly appointments with the new moons. Then we have a feast day every season. You feel me? And this keeps us not getting bored in this truth. It keeps you on it. You feel me? You should thank the Most High for that because his spirit, his vibration is something that's constant. It keeps you on it. It don't keep you bored and docile and playing with your thumbs. And I'm tired of being a Hebrew. I gotta pray again. No.
Right.
The Most High spirit is constant, diligent. And when you jump up in when you jump up in that deal, you right with that. Sign pulse. Let's get it. Right? All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
And for days and years.
Yeah.
Verse 15.
Come on.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven.
In the firmament of the heaven. Come on.
To give light upon the earth. And it was so.
And it was what?
And it was so.
Hallelujah.
Verse 16. And Yahweh made two great lights. The greater light to rule the day.
You know what is the sun? Go ahead.
And the lesser light to rule the night.
The moon. You know what is the moon? The new moon is the night. Come on, Hebrew.
And he made the stars also. And Yahweh set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth and to rule over the day and over the night and to divide the light from the darkness. And Yahweh saw that it was good.
And Most High saw that it was good. What verse is that?
Verse 18.
Okay, that's good right there. Now trip off that. You see the purpose for the lights that are in the firmament, that's the Most High Yahweh's calendar for you. You understand? So even though man may say this is June 14th, the 6th month, no, this is the 4th month, day 1, according to the Most High. It don't matter what man say. Man say this is 6/14/2018. According to the Most High, this is the first day of the 4th month. You see? So the knowledge of the heavens is something that we always had as a people. You feel me? People have taken that knowledge and perverted it, and you know it into as astrology today, and everybody want to worship, you feel me, certain astral signs and all that. You dig? But the fact of the matter is the heavens do line up a certain way, you feel me, to give us signals about certain events. You feel me? From the birth of the Messiah, the birth of Abraham, the return of the Messiah. You feel me? You got blood moons off in the sky on high holy days, you feel me, a few years ago, as to let us know the time is coming. All right, the heavens and the earth bear witness. So hallelujah. All right, just give me Numbers 10. Numbers 10 and 10 next. Numbers 10 and 10. Again, this is the new moon, fourth new moon. And the story you're going to get into is King Saul's hatred for David. You feel me? King Saul's hatred for David. Yeah, you're right, Ak. It don't matter what no heathen say to be specific. It really don't, man. Once we got the knowledge of this Bible, once we understand that we are the ambassadors of Hamashiach, the Messiah, we supposed to be up here handling business. Supposed to be handling business, man. Never, like, you never cower down to a heathen or some type of Negro pastor that's under vibration of being a Gentile. Why do you come in the room and they got the authority? You come in the room with the authority because you have the authority. You have the truth. All right, so we never cower down to nobody of no other philosophy or ideology, man. Never. Never. All righty, Numbers 10 and 10. Next is where we going, family?
The book of Numbers, chapter 10 and verse 10.
So wait till they get there. Numbers 10 and 10. Y'all throw a 7 up there. I throw a 7 up there when y'all get there. Let me go ahead and put that on the chat.
I apologize, you know, them scriptures shoot out.
Yeah. Make sure everybody get their 7. Everybody
Forgive your brethren.
Nah, you all good. Shit, you did what we do.
Right.
Live. It's what we do. It's what we do. All right, so Numbers 10 and 10 is next. Everybody throwing 7s up there. Still got baby a moment with it. Yeah, it's all good, Ak. It's all good. Yeah, Aki say he got a few things he's doing. It's all good.
Shout out to that bro, Shalom, Israelite.
Shalom, Aki in the building. Numbers 10 and 10 is where we going next. Everybody there, I see the 7s. All right, Hebrew, let's get it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 10 and verse 10.
Yes, sir.
Also, in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn day, and in the beginning of your month.
And your what?
In the beginning of your month.
In the beginning of your months. In the beginning of your months. That's what the new moon is. It's the first day of every month. In the beginning of your months. Go ahead, Ak.
You shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over your sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be unto you for memorial.
For what?
Memorial before your Elohim.
Yeah, memorials. It keeps us in this vibration and spirit of the Most High. It keeps us in remembrance of what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be moving as sons and daughters of light. A memorial, something to bring back into remembrance the righteous acts of the Heavenly Father. It tells you in the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11, to rehearse the righteous acts. Rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High. How do you do that if you don't remember what he's done for us? All right, go ahead.
I am the Lord your God.
I am Yahweh, Eloheinu. Yahweh, Eloheinu. All right, so all praise and glory and honor to that. Next, we're going to get, all right, that was Numbers 10 and 10. Next, we're going to do is, let's get into the Enoch real quick to show y'all what the new moon actually is. Enoch 78. Enoch 78, we're going to read verses 12 through 14. Enoch 78, 12 through 14. And we go here because when you're dealing with the Apocrypha, and you're dealing with the 66 of the KJV, I haven't found one spot that's as clear as this right here that describes the new moon. You'll see new moon all throughout the scriptures, but I haven't read nothing out the 66 books or the Apocrypha that put it on the line like this. This is the first book of Enoch, chapter 78. Let me type that in here. I know some of y'all might not have it. First book, first Enoch.
You see Enoch, or you may see one Enoch. This is what my brother's talking about.
Yeah, one Enoch, two Enoch. This is the first book of Enoch, which has over 100 chapters in it. Chapter 78, and I believe chapter 70 through like 80 something is the book of the heavenly luminaries. It goes into the operation of the heavens. You feel me? And I ain't read nothing even to this day, even if you're talking about an almanac of astronomers that can come close, you feel me, to what's written down in here. Real talk. So we're gonna read according to Enoch and then according to an ancient Israelite historian what the new moon is. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
All right, it's the
highlighted parts. Yeah.
The book of Enoch, chapter 78, verse 12. First Enoch. It says, and on the first day, it is called the new moon.
Yeah, service with a sword, Ak-Ed. Yes, because it's something. But remember, it was sacrifices, and it was something that was put up as a sweet smelling savor to the Most High. You understand? So the best thing to do though would be to have that going before the sun actually went down. You feel me? That way you already rolling with it. You understand? But yeah, this is to be treated like a Sabbath day, but it was one of them deals to where burnt offerings were being offered. You understand? But go ahead, Hebrew. What did it say?
All right. Once again, First Enoch chapter 78, verse 12 again.
Yeah.
And on the first day, it is called the new moon.
On the first day, it is called what?
The new moon.
Come on.
For on that daylight rises on it.
For on that day, light rises on it. You see that? On that day, light rises on it. Let me go ahead and put it back up for y'all just in case y'all didn't see it. This is phases of the moon. 1% illumination. 1% illumination. Phases of the moon. This is when light starts to rise on the moon. That's happening right now. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13. And its light becomes full exactly on the day that as the sun goes down in the west, it rises from the east for the night.
So it goes from a new moon, when the light first rises on it, to a full moon. This also smashes the doctrine that the full moon is the new moon. You feel me? When you get into Sirach 39 and also chapter 51 in the Apocrypha, the phrase full moon is in there. So you feel me? So the full moon is not the new moon. I know some people are teaching that now or whatever, but that's not the truth. All right, go ahead.
And the moon shines for the whole night until the sun rises opposite. The sun rises, opposite. It and the moon is seen opposite the sun.
Verse 14, what did it say?
And on the side on which the light of the moon appears, there again it winds.
It winds or it decreases. Go ahead.
Until all its light disappears.
Until what?
All its light disappears.
Come on.
And the days of the moon and its disk remains empty without light.
So the dark moon is the last day of the month. It's a conjunction. It's the last day of the month. The dark moon is. You feel me? You're right on my brother. Okay. The dark moon is the last day of the month. Some of the brothers did that yesterday. But based off what we just read, that's the last day of the month. And the new moon will be the night when the light first starts rising on. That first little thumbnail. You see that? Right? See that? And that was easy. It went from the new moon to it get all the way up to a full, all the way back down to its void of light, which means the end of the month. So that's why over here, based off that script right there, what we just read, is why we teach that's the new moon. You feel me? But no knocking brothers that did it the opposite way. You feel me? Because everything has to do with your school of reasoning or your school of thought in which you were taught. You understand? Some brothers don't go into Enoch, so they'll never read that. You'll never know, okay, well, the new moon, that do make sense. Light comes from darkness. You understand? That would be like day one. That makes sense. You did, but if you are told not to read that, then you stay away from it. You wouldn't know nothing about that. That put it on the line. It said the new moon, it's called the new moon, the first day of the month, because that's the first day that light appears on it. That's what we're seeing right now. That was the book of Enoch, first book of Enoch, chapter 78, verses 12 through 14. It went from a new moon, first sign of light, to a full moon, full of light, down to it being void of light, being the end of the month. You understand? So that's what that is right there. You know, so certain people may have different understandings on it, but we are not to let that divide us. You feel me? Some people get offended because we read out the book of Enoch. You know what I'm saying? Some people get offended because we read out the book of Jasher and Jubilees.
You be all right.
Yeah, you be all right. People get offended every day, B. People get offended every day, B. All right, so we did that, and then I want to read this from the Israelite Philo. Let me go ahead and put this on there for y'all too. This is from let me type this on in the chat so y'all get this. YahwehIsTruth.com. YahwehIsTruth.com. Type that in the chat. Y'all be able to pull that up. Type that in the chat real quick, bang. YahwehIsTruth.com to get a second witness on it.
Shalom, everybody.
A resource, should I say. Let me go ahead and put that on up in there.
Shalom, Betty Wine. I plan on coming to Brazil.
Oh yeah, we're coming to Brazil. Hopefully for the Feast of Dedication. All right, so I just put that in the chat. YahwehIsTruth.com. And it's gonna go. It's an article on there that goes into how the new moon actually is the first sign of light, and it's gonna go into when you get on there, we're gonna scroll down, and it's gonna go into an ancient Israelite named Philo of Alexandria, who lived in Alexandria, Egypt, and he goes into the understanding as well of the new moon being the first sign of light. Do you read the Dead Sea Scrolls 2 out? Yeah, yes we do. Shalom, Judah and Mali. What it do? What it do? Mosey Yah, what it do? Hebrew.
Shalom. Shalom.
Right.
It's good, Yisrael.
So I'm on her. It says new moon sliver, not the conjunction, right? I'm gonna get all the way down though to Philo. All right.
I don't have a wow. I'm on shade though. Shalom though, bro.
All right, this right here is Philo. It's on the website that I just posted. You go down to Special Laws 2, the third festival, right? And it's what is that? 26 XXVI 26, section 140. It says, following the order which we have adopted, we proceed to speak of the third festival, that of the new moon. First of all, because it is the beginning of the month. And the beginning, whether of number or of time, is honorable. Secondly, because at this time there is nothing in the whole of heaven destitute of light. Thirdly, at that period, thirdly, because at that period the more powerful and important body gives a portion of necessary less important and weaker body. For at the time of the new moon, the sun begins to illuminate the moon with a light which is visible to the outward senses, and then she displays her own beauty to the beholders. So you see that? Well, that's a second witness to what we just was talking about. Also, quoted also, it quoted that Enoch we just read, Enoch 78, 12 to 14. You feel me? So y'all check that out when y'all get a chance. I posted it up in the chat. Y'all go read that for yourselves. All right. All right. Next scripture we're gonna get to. We did Enoch. We did the Numbers 10. Next scripture we're gonna get to is let's do Sirach 43, 6 to 8. Sirach 43, 6 to 8.
Going in the Apocrypha, Hebrews and Shebrews.
You sound like somebody I know.
Oh man, I did just know that.
Sirach 43, 6 to 8. Sirach 43, 6 to 8. All praise, glory, now. Eliana, Shalom, Shebrew. Sirach 43, we're gonna read 6 to 8, showing the moon again. Sirach 43, 6 to 8. So what we know so far, that the moon signifies the beginning of the month. The new moon is the moon phase in which light first appears on the moon. The all-dark moon is the end of the month when it's totally void of light. We got that out of Enoch, and we got that out of some ancient history, Philo of Alexandria, who lived roughly 100 years to 50 years before the Messiah was even born. So that's history that goes back over 2,000 years, and he was an Israelite. He wasn't a heathen. So all praises, glory, and honor. May the Most High bless y'all, Gladstone and Jamie Morrison.
Hey, shalom, bro.
For your generous donation. All praise. We're going to Sirach 43, family. Sirach 43, we're going to read verses 6 through 8 is where we're going next. Sirach 43, 6 through 8. Y'all give us a 7 when y'all get there.
If you have the Red Book Apocalypse, page 96.
6 through 8. Give us a...
I'm looking for this card, too. Past, I broke some scriptures off too.
You kept it for a reason.
Yeah, he left that paganism alone, start teaching the truth in his church.
I'll pray.
Shout out to Pastor Frederick Grind.
I let y'all know, man, the work is never done, man. Your labor's never in vain. Noah Tay. What up, Noah? Shalom to my sister. Shalom to the house of Gaza City. Get it. He on her too. Walter Grant. Walter! And childhood friends of mine. In the truth. All praise, glory, now. Not to Yati Kelly. What up, she bro? You must be at work sneaking.
Uh-oh. About to call your job.
Don't get fired. Talking about you was watching the Hebrews. Yakanan and ran about her. Where you at, man?
Right.
Yakin Maccabee, DC in the house.
Wow.
Hey, look at not the y'all some. Yep, yeah, all praise. Shalom, Israelite. Shalom, shalom. Happy new moon to the assembly. Happy new moon. This is the first day of the 4th biblical month, even though the heathen tell you it's June 14th, 2018. It's the 6th month according to them, according to our calendar. According to the heavenly luminaries, it's the first day of the 4th biblical month. All praises, glory, and honor.
He said on his couch.
Locked in the house, shalom, she brew, to the casket drop. And may the Most High have mercy on my sister Yvette. You understand? Her daughter, man, was viciously gunned down by some rebellious niggas out here in the streets of St. Louis, man. May the Most High have mercy on our sister Saul, man. I know you just got the phone with her.
Yeah, she holding up.
Family,
she definitely holding up. She was with her family today. We spoke briefly. Of course, as you know, she's still, distraught about it. Much love to that sister.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she holding up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, you can tell it's definitely, of course, her as a daughter, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, she was what, 28, 29 years old? She was 28 years old, man. Had 3 children, was gunned down in front of her children, man. Some rebellious nigga wanted her car or something, man. You feel me? So, man, now more than ever, we gotta pray, man, and meditate and make sure we found within this hedge. You feel me? Stay focused and doing the work the Most High called you to do, man. We ain't got no time for foolishness, man. If you stay focused and make sure you're doing this all the time to where you limit the chances to where the enemy got a chance to strike.
Not a porch of light.
You know what I'm saying? So, no doubt, may the Most High have mercy on our sister. May y'all pray for our sister Yvette King in the memory of her daughter, man. You understand? And those grandbabies. She got 3 grandbabies behind her. And I know one of them little jokers because she used to bring them to class, RJ.
Yeah.
When I seen the interview, I said, man, that's little RJ, man.
Yeah.
That's his mom. You feel me? Time running out, y'all. We got to stay focused out here, man. Anything else is a distraction. Everybody arguing on Facebook about what's lawful and whatnot, man. I ain't got time for none of that extra stuff, man. You feel me? Hey, the scripture told what he told my old boy in the book of Ezra. He told Ezra, he said, man, set your house in order, man. Matter of fact, let's read that real quick before we do the Sirach 43. Yeah, do that 2 Ezra 14 for me, yeah. Around verse 13, 15, 16. It's real quick, man. You feel me? Set your house in order, man. In other words, establish the order, stand on his word, especially you men. You need to drop the hammer and stand on his word in these last days, man. We don't got no time to be playing around. All right, 2 Ezra 14, it's around 13, I believe it is. So please pray for our family. No doubt, man. Yeah, she need to have custody of them babies. Period. Dot, man. All right, you got it?
Yep. The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14, 13th verse.
And just let y'all know what mindset we ought to be in, man. By any means necessary, you men and you women need to keep the order that God called us to do, man. He called us to keep an order. He put us in charge. It's the last days, volcanoes are spewing. It's senseless murders all over the place. And we still arguing about nothing on Facebook. Arguing about nothing. You understand? So look what the Most High told a prophet of his. Look what mindset he told him to be in these last days. Go ahead, Doc.
Now, therefore, set thine house in order.
He told Ezra, man, set your house in order, man. This is not an opinion. This is not a suggestion. It's a command. Set your house in order. Stand on his word right here. Go ahead, Hebrew.
And reprove thy people.
And do what?
And reprove thy people.
That's part of it. You see? You set your house in order and reprove your people. Reprove them. You feel me? In other words, stand on his word. You tell your people what thus saith the Most High. Come on, Hebrew.
And reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
Come on.
And now renounce corruption.
Renounce corruption and comfort those that be in trouble. Reprove your people. Set your house in order, man. You understand? By any means necessary, establish order and keep it. Other than that, hey, we're going to fade to black out here, man. All right? Other than that, we're going to fade to black. And that ain't what you want. Let's get to that Sirach 43. Sirach 43, happy new moon to the assembly, man.
That's right.
Happy new moon to the assembly. We're going over some of these new moon scriptures. This is the beginning of the 4th biblical month, according to the script. You understand?
The book of Sirach, aka Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43, verse 6.
Yeah.
He made the moon also to serve in her season.
The moon is compared to a female. Her seasons. Yeah, it's a feast day. First day of the month. Her season. Come on.
For a declaration of time.
For what?
A declaration of time.
To declare the times. So in other words, you looking at the moon and its phases is not evil. Now, do people do evil things with the knowledge of the heavens? Of course. But the fact that you have to look into the heavens to know what season you in does not make you evil, man. You see? We be too superstitious. Y'all Hebrews, man. Y'all not into the Christian church. Y'all bros. You feel me? And there's certain things about this way of life that's going to make people offended. But if it's in the scripture, it is what it is. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
And a sign of the world. From the moon is a sign of feast.
From the moon is a sign of feast. This is a feast day. Y'all see that? This is a feast. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves. Right? And it helps us keep track of the time. So the next feast day shouldn't sneak up on nobody. You should know, okay, bang, new moon, 4th month, bang, new moon, 5th month, bang, new moon, 6th month, bang, new moon, 7th month is the Feast of Trumpets. Bang, day 10 of the 7th month is the Day of Atonement. Bang, day 15 through day 22 of the 7th month is the Feast of Tabernacles. You see? Because you're keeping track of the Most High's times. You're under his vibration. Not what man is saying, what the Most High has commanded. All right, come on, Hebrew.
It says, and a sign of the world. For the moon is a sign of feast.
That's right.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection. This is where a lot of the brothers that go with the dark moon, they say, well, this right here proves that this is the new moon. Never said it was the new moon. Man. It said it's a light that decreases in its perfection. We read the Enoch, it said when it's void of light, that's the end of a month. Meaning it's ran its course. Okay, go ahead.
The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name. You see that? So moon comes from month. And just with you sisters, your monthly that you go through, you call your period or your moon cycle. You see that? Or your moon cycle. And a lot of y'all sisters know that the spiritual connection between y'all and that moon. A lot of y'all know that. You feel me? Some of y'all done grew up in houses with mamas, aunties, and big mamas, and you know, sometimes y'all cycle may start running at the same time.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? Like, so just understand what it is, man. The moon is compared to a she, the sun is compared to a he. You feel me? The stars are children, according to Genesis 37. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Shining in the firmament of heaven. So we wanted to go there to show too the importance of the moon. If you back up and show the sun too, the importance of the sun. Feel me? But we wanted to set the tone to show new moon, what it is, how it's a law, how we supposed to observe it. Even my Yakin going into Jubilee 6 and 23, in which the 4th month was ordained as a feast. And how ironic we keeping this today. You understand? So how about we stay on point? You feel me? 30 days from now, roughly 30 days from now, it'll be another new moon. Can y'all stay focused for 30 days, roughly, to get to the next one? Or you gonna allow the distraction of the world to keep you from paying attention to what the Most High has commanded us? You know what I'm saying? We got to be more focused in there. Let's do Colossians real quick. Colossians 2, 16 through 17, just in case some people want to judge you or cast you out or separate you. You feel me? Because you didn't do the new moon last night. You understand? Or you're doing it tonight. You know, there's no reason for Israel to be separated on this matter, as if I ain't messing with you because your understanding of the new moon is different than mine. Like, we shouldn't allow that to stop us from chopping it up. You feel me? And getting understanding. And bringing scriptures to the table over what it is that we're doing. You understand? We got to start acting like a nation. If we a nation, act like it. You feel me? Ain't a nation on the planet where everybody agree over the same thing. You feel me? But when it's time to be a nation for the sake of our short-leggers, our yellow dean, then guess what? You put all that extra stuff aside so we can focus and get this done. You understand? That's what that's about. Yeah, that's child's play. I know, sister. I know. All right, we in Colossians 2 next, y'all. Colossians 2. We'll read 16 through 17. Give me a 7 when y'all get up in there. Colossians 2 in the New Testament. Colossians chapter 2. I got it right here.
Okay.
Colossians chapter 2, verse 16 through 17 is where we going as well. And this is a scripture the so-called Sunday church like to go to. And they think this keeps them from keeping the feast days and the new moons. And again, it's a lack of study. So all you gotta do is read to the next verse and break down the definitions within the verse. And you'll be like, oh, okay, that's not saying don't do it. It's just saying don't let no man judge you over it. Meaning let no one cut you off. You feel me? Because you may look at this a little different. You feel me? You ain't gonna run to no Israelite period that you agree on every point with. Period. There's different levels to this thing. It's just what it is. Yeah, they also use it for eating pork, in which we'll blast that because pork or the pig is not considered food. That was never given as meat. Lettuce is more meat than the pig. How about that? When the Most High said, I gave it to you for meat, he gave it to us for food. Well, if the swine was never given to us for food, it's not considered meat biblically. You feel me? Vegetables and fruits are more meat than the pig. Yes, I'm going to say it again. Hey, y'all, you better not ever let nobody cut you with this verse again. Boy, you tripping. Exactly, sister Odelia, expert excuse makers for breaking Torah. Exactly.
Shalom, Odelia. Shalom to you and your family, sister.
What the Most High never gave for consumption can't be considered meat. The swine was never given as meat. You understand? When you go back to Genesis 1, they tell you about the herbs that have a seed. You feel me? Now we're dealing with fruits and vegetables. You see?
Yeah, that cut with that scripture.
That's meat. That's more meat than your ham.
You got cut with a bro because you on that couch.
Yeah, boy, you better get off your porch and swing the sword, boy. You tripping. All right, Colossians 2, 16.
Colossians chapter 2, verse 16.
Yes, sir.
Let no man therefore judge you in meat.
Judge means, if you look at the word judge up, it means to cut off from the body of believers, right? You had brothers back in the day that would eat the meat that was lawful to eat, according to the scriptures. Then you had brothers back in the day that were considered vegetarians that only ate herbs. So Paul drops the hammer and say, look, don't let anyone judge you or cut you off from the assembly concerning meat. Again, swine was never meat biblically. Catfish was never meat biblically. Scrimps was never meat biblically. Scrimps. That was never meat. So we're going to deal with biblically what is meat. Whether you talk about the herbs that have a seed or whether you talk about the lawful flesh that we can eat. Paul's saying y'all shouldn't be arguing over that and not dealing with each other because he may be vegan and he may be a brother that deal with the turkey and the lamb and you understand, the goat and all that. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Or in drink. Or in the respect of an holy day.
Come on.
Or of the new moon.
Or of who?
Of the new moon.
Or of the new moon. And also trip off this, man. You look, he's talking to believers. He's not talking to those Sunday churchgoers. That doctrine wasn't even invented yet. This is about believers within the body of a Mashiach saying, look, y'all don't be cutting each other off based off y'all different perspectives on meat, drink, new moon, and holy days. You feel me? You shouldn't be cutting each other off like I don't mess with him because he think this, or you feel me? You shouldn't be like that. And we see that happens now. That happens now. You understand? A brother would not deal with you because you keep Passover and you ain't in Jerusalem. See that? A brother not deal with you because you look at the new moon different than him. A brother not deal with you because you a vegan and he eat lawful meat. We see these same arguments that everybody arguing over on Facebook right now. Paul already addressed it back in Colossians 2,000 years ago. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Or of the Sabbath days.
Yes.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
Which are a shadow.
Which are what?
A shadow.
What is a shadow? A representation of something physical. The feast days, the new moons, the lawful meat we eat, the drink that we drink are shadows. Like the shadow of your hand is not your hand, it's a representation of your hand. It's a shadow, a representation, a figure, come on,
It said, which are a shadow of things to come.
Of things to come. So everything that the Most High gives us in the physical is a representation of something spiritual.
Bring it out.
The kingdom of heaven that's coming. Which are a shadow of things to come. Come on, Hebrew.
But the body is of Yahweh.
The body is of Hamashiach, the Messiah. You understand? So we shouldn't be, just because we have minor differences when it comes to certain beliefs, you understand? We shouldn't be cutting each other off. That's what the scripture is going into. You know, we shouldn't be cutting each other off. When you look the word judgment up right there in that scripture, going to cutting somebody off from the body of Hamashiach. And how dare you do that? You understand? If they're not violating Torah. You have no authority to do this. What is wrong with you? You understand? So that scripture can't be used to justify eating swine. And that scripture cannot be used to say we ain't got to keep the feast days of the Most High. It got to do with those that believe. Y'all got differences on whether you can eat flesh or you can't. Lawful. You got differences on whether you can drink or you can't.
Romans 14.
Yeah, you got differences over what moon is the new moon. Is it the first slither of the light or is it the conjunction? Y'all shouldn't be chopping each other heads off because of that, man. The body, they are shadows of what's coming, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. Body is a Mashiach. You understand? All praise, glory, and honor, man, to the Most High. All right, drop that real quick. We're going to go to Isaiah 66. We're going to show even the new moon being observed in the kingdom to come.
23.
Isaiah, no, 66, yeah, 66, 23, 24. Isaiah 66, 23 through 24. And then we're going to get into the story of David and Saul's hatred for King David. King Saul's hatred for David, because David wasn't even king yet. You understand? And one of the stories went down on what was called a new moon feast. It's new moon. You understand? And you imagine that you looking at somebody the Most High was obviously dealing with, somebody that the Most High anointed to be king. And you know the Most High dealing with you as well, but he sworn to kill you. And David had to get up out of there on the feast. He's like, man, let me get on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And then had to make a covenant with the king's son to still be brotherly, even though even though Saul was coming for his head, he still had to be brotherly. You know what I'm saying? With his son. Now, how many of y'all could have did that? Y'all would be like, oh, hell no, that's your daddy, boy. You crazy? You understand? Straight up, man. Let's get it done, Hebrew.
We start 22.
All right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, 22nd verse.
Isaiah 66 and 22. Isaiah 66 and 22, family. Let's get her done.
For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain.
You see that? You see that? So we talking about the new heavens and the new earth. You can compare it to Revelation, the 21st chapter. I saw a new heaven and a new earth. So we talking about, so Isaiah was talking about the same thing that John the Revelator was talking about. And they lived 700-800 years apart. All right, so it shows you what they were dealing with the same spirit. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 23.
I'm making you thirsty. That's some water, Hebrew. That's some of that water I was showing y'all yesterday. Hitler, what the fahees? Who is it? Good job, y'all. Gotta get on these heathens. Adolf Hitler. Nah, heathen. We're gonna long stomp you too. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another.
It shall come to pass. So the new heaven and new earth, right? So it shall come to pass that from one new moon, right? To what?
To another.
To another. Come on.
And from one Sabbath to another.
So even in the kingdom, man, new heaven, new earth, we're going to be observing the new moon. We're going to be observing the Sabbath, the Shabbat. The very thing that we do now. See, what you're doing now is rehearsal. Understand? Rehearsal, holy convocations, rehearsal for the game. You're practicing for the game, which is eternal life. That's why you're supposed to get on it now. You don't wait to get to the game and say, dang, I ain't practiced. Get to it now. All right, go ahead, bro.
So all flesh come to worship.
No, some flesh.
All flesh
come
to worship before me, saith Yahweh. Verse 24.
Hallelujah.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me.
See, the men that have transgressed against the Most High, we're going to look upon their carcass. We're going to look upon their carcass. You feel me? The Most High has the highest body count on record, man. Last time he destroyed the earth, he spared 8 people and a few animals. Everything else got laid down. And we're going to look upon the dead corpses of all those that transgressed against him. All right, come on, Hebrew.
For their worms shall not die.
For their what?
For their worms shall not die.
Wow.
Neither shall their fire be quenched.
That sounds like when the Messiah say, well, the worm dieth not. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Lake of fire spoken of in what's called the Old Testament. Huh? Come on, Hebrew.
And they shall be abhorring unto all flesh.
They should be abhorring to all flesh. Hey, man, I don't want to be on the wrong side of the Most High. I don't want to be on the wrong side of the Most High, boy. You're going to be a spectacle. Huh? And we're going to look upon the carcasses of those that transgressed against the Almighty, man. Well, the worm dieth not. You see? Let's get another last day prophecy about the new moon, Amos 8. Right. Amos 8, 1-7. And then we're going to get Ezekiel 47, Ezekiel 46. Ezekiel 46. Yeah. All the wicked, anybody that aligned themselves with the adversary going down, whether he be a Hebrew Israelite or whether he be any outside of the tribes. Anybody outside, anybody out of box is getting hit. The Most High is not playing. Judas Iscariot. Huh? Didn't it say it was better off he had not been born?
Boy.
You think Judas Iscariot is going to be saved and spared the final judgment? No.
He needed Lord.
You niggas that's running around here that's child molesters. Huh? And the pedophilia. No, you going down. You going down. All the wicked going down. Period. Dot. End of story. Now, I don't know why some say the lake of fire is a Catholic fable. Maybe they don't understand what happens right after you die. The lake of fire is the final judgment. You understand? So that's all it is. It's just a misunderstanding of what's to come. But make no mistake about it, the lake of fire is not America getting hit with nuclear missiles. The bottomless pit is not Europe because it doesn't have resources.
Real quick. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
And death and hell. Death and the grave. Hell is Sheol, which means the grave, was cast into what?
The lake of fire.
So that's what I'm saying. The lake of fire is the final judgment.
This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
I see that. You see that? So don't let nobody fool you into believing that immediately after death you must know about pain. Everybody don't rest in peace. Either you're going to rest in Abraham's bosom until you're resurrected and given the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Or you're going down.
Last but not least, Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake. In the lake. Which burneth with fire and brimstone.
That's
so it
right.
says you're going to be in the lake, and it's telling you what's in it.
Fire
and brimstone, which is the second death.
Yeah. Y'all look up your boy that founded the Satanic Church out in California, Anton LaVey. Look up his deathbed confession. What the enemy pulled a slick one on him. You know, they were supposed to be rejoicing together, and he said, oh no, something's wrong. Oh no, something's wrong. Oh my God. And it was over. Huh? You ain't got all this time to be blaspheming against the Almighty and think you just finna get off at the end, man.
That's right.
The Most High is not playing around, period. You feel me? Make your calling and your election sure, Israel. Make your calling and election sure out here, man. Take this walk serious. You feel me? Treat it like you got one shot. And if you knew you got one shot, you're going to spend your time, perfecting your aim. That way, when you take the shot, wow, you hit. Flat out. Flat out. Y'all look up the deathbed confession of Anton LaVey. What? Oh no, everything went sideways. Oh man. Now you got Amos 8. We're going to Amos 8 next, y'all. Amos 8, 1-7. Amos 8, 1-7.
Shout out to my bro Gabriel. He called me, bro. We teaching live.
And I feel you about them volcanoes going off, boy. That's just a precursor to let you know. Boy, you see all that lava spilling out. Where that's coming from?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I don't even know how a Negro getting his mind ain't no lake of fire. Where all that lava coming from?
Matter of fact, real quick, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, which reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up or riseth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, whosoever receiveth the mark of his name." That's gonna happen in the presence.
Everybody don't rest in peace, man.
So if we know heaven's gonna be on earth, and they gonna be able to see that and let you know it's down here.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to look and see and say, boy, look at that dirt, boy. I'm glad I ain't on the other side. Let's do Amos 8 before we get into the story of our King David.
Hopefully y'all there. The book of Amos chapter 8, first verse.
Yeah.
"Thus saith the master of powers, show unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruits. And he said, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then said the master unto me, the end is come upon my people of Israel."
So he said, I see a basket of summer fruits. I mean, you would think that's something good to see, right? You would think, like, okay, it's harvest time, it's summer fruits, they just reaped, they just had a harvest. Most I say, end is come. An end is coming. They'll let you know, man, just because you may be looking at something and it may seem prosperous right now, it don't mean that an end has not been decreed on the place, man. You may look at America right now and everything just seems just flowing so voluptuous and glory, and you know, just everybody out running, hair in the breeze. Man, Amos saw a basket of summer fruit. He thought everything was 100. The Most High told him, look, I let my people know an end has been decreed. It may look prosperous to the naked eye. It may look like everything is all good. The grass may look green. But in the end, the Most High got this place marked for destruction. And this was in Israel. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
"I will not again pass by them anymore. And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day."
And the songs of the temple shall be what in that day?
Howlings.
Ooh.
In that day.
Howlings. Come on.
"Saith the master of power. There shall be many dead bodies."
There shall be what?
Many dead bodies.
There shall be many dead bodies.
In every place.
Do you see that? The Most High is not playing at all. And if he did this to his chosen, what you think you fish lip heathens got coming? What do you really think? In every place. Come on, Hebrew.
"They shall cast them forth with silence.
Ooh. Hear
this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail, saying, when will the new moon be gone?"
Look, that's the mindset of our people, right? Because we're not enjoying the Most High's feast days. We're not enjoying the Sabbath. We're like, dang, I wish it'd hurry up and be gone so I can get back to what? My corner ways. You're not even enjoying. You're supposed to call the Sabbath and the high holy days of the Most High delight, man. When will the new moon be gone? Come on, Hebrew.
"That we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephod small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit."
You see that? See, our whole thing was, man, I'll be happy when this new moon or this Sabbath is over. You see what was going on? We didn't even enjoy, you understand, what the Most High had for us, man. We was waiting to get back to our slick ways, hustling, balances of deceit. I'll be glad when it's over so I can get back to hustling my brother, so I can get back to oppressing my brother and sister. That's the mindset. So you may see a basket of summer fruit. It may seem like it's prosperous. But what good is the land if you don't got the morals and the commandments of the Most High to govern you?
Get out.
That land will fall tomorrow. So it may look prosperous, but morale is at an all-time low.
That's right.
Dead bodies going to be in every place. And you see the mindset, I'm ready to get back to my hustle, man. I'll be glad when this Sabbath is over. When you're supposed to be resting on the Sabbath and praising the Most High, man. You get back to the world when you get back to it. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6, that we may buy the poor for silver.
That we may what?
Buy the poor for silver.
You see, we was oppressing our own brothers and sisters. I'll be happy when the Sabbath and new moon over so I can buy the poor with silver. What else,
And the needy for a pair of shoes.
You see that? And the needy amongst our people for a pair of shoes.
They had shoes.
That's crazy, man. It's showing you that before we was even oppressed by anybody else, we was oppressing ourselves. Go ahead,
Yeah. And sell the refuse of the wheat. The master has sworn by the excellency of Jacob. Surely I would never forget any of their works.
Most I said, I'll never forget any of this madness that's going on, man. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 8. Shall not the land tremble for this, and everyone mourn that dwelleth therein?
You see that? Come on.
And shall rise up holy as a flood, and it shall be cast out and drowned as by the flood of Egypt.
That's right. So you see, the Most High was talking about bringing judgment, and the whole point I went there was to show that we are not to be in the spirit of when these high holy days come around, the Sabbath come around, the new moon. I be happy when it's over so I can get back to being deceitful, or I can get back to oppressing my people. You understand? We supposed to enjoy this time, man, and really reflect. We missing out on blessings in that type of spirit. We cannot be like that. Last scripture we're going to go to is Ezekiel 46. We're going to read 1 through 6. Ezekiel 46, 1 through 6. Y'all put a 7 up in there when y'all get there. Then we're going to get into the story of David. We're going to close on out after that. I want to say happy new moon to the family. This is the 4th month.
Happy new moon, Israelites. Yahoo.
This is the first day of the 4th month, the 4th biblical month. You understand? Now let us rejoice. We're gonna be doing new moon. Y'all willing, we'll be doing new moon feast every month, man. You understand? Just to keep Israel on track. Feast day should never sneak up on you. Stay on point.
That's right.
Stay on point, Zion. Stay on point. Happy new moon. All praises.
Happy new moon.
That's right, Mama Deborah Lee. Brings me joy too as well.
I got some water. I need to get some yayan in my system. Wine.
We're going to Ezekiel 46 chapter. I'll type it in there. I guess I don't get on there.
You got it.
I got it.
Okay.
Ezekiel 46. Ezekiel the 46th chapter. We're going to read verses 1 through 6, family. One more again about this new moon. How you calculate the calendar. That we read it earlier, Genesis 1. Genesis 1, 14 through 18. Sun, moon, and stars.
Yeah, go back to the beginning of the lesson, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We went to it. The Most High's calendar is the heavens. Most High calendar is the heavens. All right. Kodesh Tov. That's right. Good moon. All praise, glory, and honor. All right. We in Ezekiel 46. We in Ezekiel 46, 1 through 6. Y'all give us a 7. Look like y'all already give them 7s.
Yeah,
okay. We already there. All right. Let's get her done.
Let's get it. Ezekiel chapter 46, first verse. Thus saith the master of powers, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut 6 working days. But on the Sabbath it shall be open, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open.
Yeah. Come on.
Verse 2. And the prince shall enter by the way of that gate without, and shall stand by the post of the gate, And the priest shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offering, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate.
Wow.
Then he shall go forth, but the gate shall not be shut until the evening. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Most High in the Sabbaths.
And the who?
Sabbaths.
Yeah. See, this is when the kingdom comes. We still doing everything that we're practicing right now. All right, go ahead.
And in the new moons.
And in the who?
New moons.
What verse you in?
Verse 4.
Come on.
And the burnt offerings that the prince shall offer unto the Most High in the Sabbath day shall be 6 lambs without blemish, and a ram without blemish. Verse 5. And the meat offering shall be an ephah for a ram, and the meat offering for the lambs as shall be able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah.
A hin of oil, huh? And that drink, y'all drink that hin. And Hennessy, y'all. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And in the day of the new moon, it shall be a young bullock without blemish.
You see? So again, just showing the new moon from beginning and even in the end, it's still being observed. You feel me? These are ordinances and commandments of the Most High Yah. You feel me? And even after Noah came through destruction and was given salvation in Genesis the 8th chapter, he still offered up offerings to the Most High. Thank you offerings. Praising the Most High Yah. Dig? All right, so we're going to drop it right there. We're going to go to 1 Samuel 16 next. Let's get to David. Because the subtitle is King Saul Hatred for David.
16?
Yeah, 1 Samuel 16, we're going to read 14 to 23. King Saul's hatred for David. You feel me? And as we get into the 20th chapter, you'll see, you'll be like, dang, like David had to straight, this was during a new moon. You understand? So what does that teach us? That make sure during these times we sincere with one another, man. We're not to be oppressing one another, hating one another, slandering one another, none of it, because that's when our feasts turn into abomination to the Most High. How you claim you love the Most High, but you hate your brother? You feel me? Do Genesis 8. That's going to thanking the Most High. They're like thank you offerings. The same thing Noah did under the order of Melchizedek when he was saved from destruction, granted salvation, found grace, still had to keep the commandments, and then he offered these clean animals as an offering to the Heavenly Father. It's the same thing once we redeem. You understand? Same thing. Not on some sinful, like, dang, I stole from my brother. Here's some offerings for that. Nah, it won't be a wicked toenail in the kingdom of the Most High. You feel me? But there are free will offerings. There are thank you, Most High, for sparing us that destruction over there. See all them carcasses over there? You see them corpses of all those that transgress? We're going to be thanking the Most High. You feel me? Most High, thank you. That's what it is. You feel me? Because the Most High just, he like a sweet smelling savor.
That all
through. He loves a sweet smelling savor. You understand? Everything done decently and in order. So more like thank you offerings. You feel me? Free will offerings. When you get back to Genesis chapter 8, after Noah was spared destruction, he was spared death, given salvation, given grace, and he still was keeping the commandment.
Grace.
Yeah, given grace, judgment, given the commandments. You understand? And he did an offering. He offered to the Most High, sweet smelling savor. And that was still up under the Melchizedek order because Moses wasn't even around him. So who taught him how to build an altar and offer sacrifices to the Almighty? You see, so it's the same thing. You understand? Once we're redeemed and spared, we're going to be thanking the Most High. You understand? More than just saying thank you, we're going to be offering up an offering, say thank you, Most High. You understand? Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right, so we in 1 Samuel 16. We're going to read verses 14 through 23. This is David. Matter of fact, jump back to verse 7 for me. Read 7 through 9, something like that. All right. And then we're going to read that first and then jump down to 14 so we can see what David was doing and how the Most High departed from Saul, put an evil spirit on him, but gave that spirit to David.
Right down the book of Jasher, 9th chapter, you learn about Shem or whatnot, definitely teaching forefather Abraham. So
that's right. Shem was a Melchizedek priest.
Chapter 16.
Yep, all the way back, man. Adam, Seth, Enoch, Methuselah, Jared, Noah, all of them. This priesthood was passed down. You feel me? To the faithful elect. All right. It was a line of men that were related to each other. You know what I'm saying? A line of men. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob and them was building altars and sacrifice. Who taught him how to build an altar before Moses was born? Who taught him? How he know what to offer? Altars are built by priests. You understand? But the Melchizedek order is the order from the heavens that men were keeping from Adam on down until we were put up under the order of Aaron, the schoolmaster on Mount Sinai. That's the very order in which the Messiah is king and high priest over. So you will see Noah under this Melchizedek order being spared destruction, given salvation, you understand? Given grace or favor, keeping commandments, and offering sacrifices to the Most High. Feel me? Same exact thing. Order. Melchizedek, all right? So 1 Samuel 16, we're going to read verse 7 and 8 first, and then we're going to jump down to 14.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, 7th verse.
Yeah.
But the Most High said unto Samuel, look not upon his countenance, or on the height of the stature, because I have refused him.
The Most High, like, don't even look on the outer cup. Today, men look on the outer cup. Women look on the outer cup. You understand? Let you choose the next leader of this people. It'll be somebody that'll fall off, and you tripping off him because he looks cute. Come on, Hebrew.
Right. For Yahweh seeth not as man seeth.
That's right.
For the man looketh on the outward appearance.
That's right.
Yahweh looketh upon the heart.
Now Yahweh looketh upon the mind. You feel me? Heart means mind in Hebrew. Man looketh on the outer cup. Yeah, he look tall enough. His shoulders look buff enough. He'll be a good king. But Most High told his prophet Samuel, don't be looking on the outside. I refuse all that. You understand? I'm looking on the mind. Who really gonna dedicate themselves to following and worshiping me, right? Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, neither have the master chosen this. Verse 9. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, neither have the master chosen this.
All these sons of Jesse, you feel me? Most High ain't choose none of them. None of the older sons. Went all the way down to the baby boy. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 10. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel.
Yeah.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, the master have not chosen these.
He ain't chose none of these. Go ahead.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest. And behold, he keepeth the sheep.
Little boy, and the youngest boy outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Watching the sheep.
The what?
The sheep.
The sheep.
He's a shepherd. That's spiritual.
Oh.
You feel me? Who else will be fit to lead the flock of the Most High? Because he's looking out for the best interests of the sheep, all of them.
John 10 chapter.
That's right. Go ahead,
And behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. We ain't going nowhere till he come.
Yeah.
And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ready.
Yeah.
You know, you love that.
Yeah.
And with all of a beautiful countenance.
Yeah, little red bone, light skin Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Hebrew.
And goodly to look to.
God.
And the master said, arise, anoint him. For this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren.
Hallelujah.
And the spirit of the Most High came upon David from that day forward.
What verse you in?
I'm in 13.
Oh, you might as well keep reading. Go ahead.
Yep. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah, verse 14. But the spirit of the Most High departed from Saul.
See, so that anointing that was on Saul left Saul and was given to David.
Uh-oh.
This is who Most High chose to lead his people.
Can I read that again?
Yes, sir.
Verse 14 again.
Yes, sir.
But the spirit of the Most High departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Most High troubled him.
An evil spirit from the Most High.
Oh, man, like no parts of that.
No, like you say in Second Thessalonians 2, the Most High will send forth a strong delusion that you might be damned. See, so make sure you holding yourself in the fear of the Most High, Zion. You don't want you don't want to become the Most High's enemy, because he'll dispatch an evil spirit and put it right on you.
Put a lying spirit on you too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from the Most High troubled.
See, and they knew it. You feel me? They knew that had to be of the Most High, that evil spirit that was troubling Saul. They knew it. They knew it, right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Let our master now command your servants which are before thee to seek out a man who is cunning, player on a harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from the Most High is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well.
This is where you get the phrase, music soothes the savage beast. You understand? See, they knew back then vibration. Vibration, you feel me? If a certain dark vibrational force is on you, if certain music is played, you understand, that'll soothe that spirit, that'll calm that spirit down. They knew, look, this is ancient knowledge that they using today through your rap music, through your television programming, the teller of visions. They knew back then that sound waves and vibrations can influence either righteousness or wickedness. This is ancient technology. You understand? And they knew that back then. So when you seeing our children in front of the TV like this all day, cut that TV off, man. You don't even know half the subliminal messages is coming through there, all the vibrations is coming through there.
And you know what's crazy, bro?
Yeah.
Before I came into the truth, I read a book. It was by a man named Darren Brown called The Tricks of the Mind. This dude was like a master hypnosis. You can even look him up on YouTube, Darren Brown. Dude was a master hypnosis. I mean, like, man, some of the stuff, man, it'll blow your mind. Like, he talked about perception without awareness. And basically, it's like the cousin to subliminal, kind of like, have you ever been humming a song and you realize, dang, why am I hearing that? And you realize, oh, I heard it earlier. Or he talked about how you buy something at the mall, you realize, I didn't really want that. But anyway, long story short, I'm getting at is, he said that even by him being a master hypnosis, he said there's one thing that with all the skills he got, he can't even compare to. And he said it's sitting right in your home in the corner of your house called a television. And this is by what you call a master hypnosis. Said that he can't even compare to a television. You know what I'm saying? He got to talking about the beginning of how subliminal messages first came along, how they put them in commercials. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, great.
That teller of visions is all type of signals bouncing off that deal, man.
Yeah.
The radio programming. Sometimes you be rolling and then a certain song will be in your head. You're like, damn, why am I singing that?
Perception without awareness, PWA is what he called it.
Yeah, subliminal suggestion. And look, if we are vibrational people, and on top of that, we make the best music on the planet, boy, none. You feel me? It shouldn't be no wonder that our enemy would use music as a weapon against us.
We talked about that.
Know what I'm saying? See, right here in this scripture, this music, these vibrations are being used to drive away an evil spirit, to soothe this spirit that's on this king. You feel me? So this type of knowledge is ancient knowledge, and it's right out your Bible, man. They even got what's called sound wave weapons now. I mean, weapons that ain't even got bullets. They have to sit that deal right outside your crib and let the sound waves go off and you go crazy. All right? Come on, Hebrew. Let's
verse 17.
Yeah.
We still in 1 Samuel 16, y'all. We're in the 17th verse. And Saul said unto his servants, provide me now a man that can play well and bring him to me. Then answered one of the servants and said, behold, I've seen a son of Yesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty valiant man, and a man of war, and in matters, and a comely person, and the master is with him.
You see that? So he a musician, he a man of war. You feel me? He stand up, he faithful, and we know the Most High with him.
Calmly,
We know the Most High will. All right, go ahead.
Verse 19. Wherefore Shaul sent messengers unto Jesse and said, send me David your son, which is with the sheep. And Jesse took an ass laden with bread and a bottle of wine,
Yain,
and a kid, and sent them by David his son unto Saul. Verse 21. And David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly, and he became his armor bearer.
Yeah.
And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took a harp and played with his hand. And Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
Now I trip off that. So and that's just you reading about David playing a harp. So David is accredited for the majority of the Psalms in the book of Psalms. You understand? So imagine what vibration, because remember, he was singing this in Hebrew. You feel me? He'd say to the chief musician, hit that beat, get a timbrel, get a timbrel, get a harp. You understand? And he starts singing to the Most High. Music can be used as a weapon against our enemies as well. Whoa. See, and that's what people scared of, for real.
Man.
Start harmonizing them Psalms. You know what I mean? When you start getting into the Hebrew and how to read the Hebrew and all that, start harmonizing them Psalms. You understand? That can be used as a weapon against our adversaries. This is a small window glimpse into it right here.
Even the slaves used to sing.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, when we were down in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? It was, a little event that happened. I went in the best of moods. I just put it like that. And the brother Prince David, man, he blew the shofar. And I felt great. Felt better. I told him about it. If you listening, you already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't in the best of moods, you know what I'm saying? And he played that shofar. I was like, woo! Wow.
There it is.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. So I can only imagine what that harp did. And the Most High was with him too.
Yeah. You got the vibrations going out.
Man.
You harmonizing. You understand?
Yeah.
You look up and then you just feel the presence of the Almighty. That's a small window into what David was doing. The Psalms are the keys of David. You understand? So when you get into them, be like, man, these are actually these are actually songs over musical instruments. You understand? If said at the right vibration and intonation, they can be a weapon against our adversaries, man, and against these dark forces out there.
Shalom, Queen.
All right. So it is what it is. All right. And it's all throughout the scripture. It tell you, and they sung this song. You know what I'm saying? So we are musically gifted and the best for a reason. Next scripture is 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 11.
Book of 1 Samuel. Chapter 18. I know y'all should be there. We one chapter over.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said right here, each army used to have a band of musicians to go before them in the Civil War. The musical instruments that survived had bullet holes in them. Yeah. You'll see even in the scriptures. It was one instance where a king put the choir out there before the head busters, and by the time we got to the battlefield, everybody was dead. Our music used as a weapon against our adversaries, man. See, today our music has been used as a weapon against us to destroy us. You feel me? Whether it's talking about the degradation of our women, whether it's talking about the single parent household, the crack selling, the fed cases, shooting each other, killing each other's brethren. You know what I'm saying? Pimping the women. From the vibrations to the lyrics. You understand? The music is a weapon, period. It's either going to be used against us or for us. So shout out to all the brothers making set-apart music and sisters making set-apart music in this hour. You really don't understand how deep that is. You understand? You're being a weapon. You're creating a weapon in the army of the Most High. You feel me? To fight against the forces of darkness.
Yeah.
Believe that. Believe that.
Shout out to 4 Tribe Static Addict.
Oh, man. All praise to the Most High.
Sons of Light.
All praise to the Most High. All the brothers, man. Our brothers and sisters are getting it in. Music is not just something that soothes your ear. It's a weapon as well. How about we use our music as a weapon to wage war against the forces of darkness? Get at our enemies. You understand? You really start reading through them songs, you be like, boy, David was singing about, boy, David was spiritually banging on wax, man. He was going at these heathens like for real. You know what I'm saying? So all praise, glory, and honor, man. I read in 1 Samuel 18, verses 1 through 11. 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 11. Y'all give us a 7 when y'all get there. 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 11. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All praise,
that's
glory,
right.
and honor. Shema.
Once again, happy new moon, everybody.
Happy new moon, happy new moon, happy new moon, family. Happy new moon, family. Look like we there, we there. Sister Seraphina in the house, shalom, she broke. All praises, glory, and honor. Service with a sword. Yep. No, we in 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel,
1 Samuel 18, 1 through 11. You know, when you're qualified to teach. How do you know?
Oh, that's Gabriel. Yeah, bro. Shalom, man. Do they call me?
How you know when you qualified to teach, brother? I mean, when you out and you just handling this word, questions are being asked, and you just going through the scriptures and breaking it off. You feel me? No matter what topic, no matter what it is, you ready to rock.
And I love that brother there, man. Definitely stand up guy there. Shout out to Gabriel, man. I love you, brother. D, that and true.
Yeah, true, right? Stay focused out there. All right, let's get it done, Ebro.
1 Samuel, I'm about to say 2 Samuel. 1 Samuel, chapter 18, first verse. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
So Jonathan is Saul's father, Saul's son, excuse me. Jonathan is Saul's son, all right? But he cool with David. You understand? Like straight love David. Like, man, that's my bruh. No matter if my daddy hates you or not, that's my bruh right there. I love that man. All right, go ahead, Ebro.
It says, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. Verse 4. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him.
See, this is a covenant or an oath or a vow. And you understand? Like this is a serious thing right here, because you understand, Jonathan in the spirit had to know the Most High is with David. Had to know. By this time, Goliath has been killed, head cut off. David done wrestled lions and bears. He done did all that. You understand? He's slaying tens of thousands. Saul only getting accredited with 1,000. So he knew that the Most High was with him. So they make a covenant amongst each other. You understand? Covenants can be made amongst brothers. Covenants can be made amongst a man and his wives. You understand? Covenants being made, or what you call vows. You understand? Now the whole thing is this: like you got to fulfill those vows, man. You dig? Like that's something earthly, but it's being sealed in the heavens, should I say? So the fact that he making a covenant with David is major. That ain't just like you looking at he just taking off his coat. You looking at it like that, but this is something that's sealed in the heavens. That the Most High, you feel me? If there's any breach of covenant, contract, or vow, somebody gonna have to answer for that. So a vow is very serious. Remember that. Remember that. That ain't just like, okay, dog, what's up, man? We blood brothers. Right. You feel me? This is something that's about to be respected in the heavens. Remember the Messiah say, whatever you bound on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. See, so we see these vows going back to the days of old. You understand? Like, hey, that's what's up. Hey, man, some brothers don't mind doing it because they know they ain't got no problem with being a brother. They know, like, look, I ain't finna snake you, period. You understand? But these vows are serious. If it's a breach of contract, breach of vow, the Most High come holler at you. The Most High come holler at you behind it. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
All right. Read that verse again. The fourth verse again. Shout out, I've been Alton all the time as well. Shalom, y'all. Verse 4, it says, and Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments, even to his sword.
Dang, gave him all that. His robe, his garments, his sword.
and to his bow, and to his girdle. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants. And it came to pass, as they came when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistines, that the women came out of all the cities of Israel, singing and dancing to meet King Saul, with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music.
Yeah, come on.
And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000.
You see that? So that's naturally gonna make a nigga roll that's weak in belief jealous.
10,000.
You know what I'm saying? Start getting jealous because you know you may be getting a little more shine than the next one or whatever. You feel me? And then the women just doing it, not knowing no better, not knowing this is gonna breed some type of you know what I'm saying, hatred and jealousy. But you know, it is what it is, right?
It's like on the movie Belly eating a banana. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Verse 8. And Saul was very wroth. Read that again. And Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him.
Come on.
And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom?
And then on the real, Saul has already been prophesied to Saul that he gonna lose the kingdom. I mean, Samuel told him that. The Most High is departed from you, you evil.
So was Saul hating?
You dig? So even though it's been prophesied that you going down, as a man, you naturally gonna try to withstand it, or you know what I'm saying, hold it off as long as you can. Because you a king. You understand? The only way out is death at this point. Like, what do? Go back to be a layman? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if David is king, either Saul's gonna die and David gonna rise up as king. I mean, die of natural causes and David gonna rise up as king, or somebody gonna have to kill him. You have to be killed and replaced. You see? Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 9. And Saul eyed David from that day forward. Verse 10. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from the Most High came upon Saul, and he cried in the midst of the house. And David played with his hand, as at the other times. And there was a javelin in Saul's hand. Verse 11. And Saul cast a javelin, for he said, I will smite David, even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
He tried to kill David twice, man. Through a javelin. I'm gonna smote him to the wall.
Hater.
You see that? David had to get up out of there. The next verse, in fact, read that next verse too.
Verse 12. And Saul was afraid of David, because the master was with him, and was departed from Saul.
Saul knew that the spirit of the Almighty was with David and not with him anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he straight was salty. Like bro say, salty Saul. He was salty, man. Yeah, but when you're dealing with men of power, you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, power and authority and rank. Like, the Most High is the one that set David up. Saul was a tall man, buff man. David was a short little joker. You understand? Warrior though. Most High was with him. But Saul knew that the Most High is departed from me and he's with him. And to give up power, either you finna just say, okay, man, here's a throne, take it. Which a man of power never do that. You're gonna have to kill him. Feel me? Or you're gonna have to die in his sleep. But if he died in sleep, it transferred right over to who? His son, Jonathan. You dig? So as you keep reading the story, you'll see how David actually got the throne and how all Israel had to come and submit themselves to David. You understand? To prove that it was the Most High that was with him. It is what it is. So now we're going to get into the new moon story, 1 Samuel 20. 1 Samuel 20th chapter. The hating got so real amongst David and amongst Saul toward David that at the new moon feast, somebody had to get out the way. Yes, Saul was he was a Benjamite. Benjamites aren't Caucasians. David was a Judite. He ain't a Caucasian either. The Israelites are not Caucasians. Jesus Christ, Saul was a black man that hated his brothers. Yeah, he was a black man, and so were the rest of the Israelites.
That's right. It's the story the naysayers said, "Oh, they were homos."
Oh no, they look. If that's the case, then the Most High would have got on David for his abomination of being a sodomite. Remember, he checked him about being an adulterer.
Samuel 12 chapter.
Well, if he checked him, I mean, adultery and being a sodomite is in the same chapter in Leviticus as a sex crime. So if David was a homosexual, you dig, the Most High would have got on him for being a homosexual, like he got on him for being an adulterer. That's Leviticus the 20th chapter. You understand? Worthy of death. Homosexual was worthy of death. So that's easy work, man. You understand? You ain't gonna see nothing in there about David being no homosexual. You know, people try to say that. It just said his love for Jonathan surpassed that of a woman. It just the love a man has for his brothers is different than the love he got for his woman that he lay down with every night. It's just different. Sometimes your sisters will be arguing, dang, y'all still over there playing dominoes? Brothers will just be, chopping it up. It's certain things me and his brother can rap about and relate to because we're men banging in the same wall.
That's right.
So we got to sit back and chop it up when the camera off. I'm like, man, yeah, I was tripping off that too, man. Hey, I love you, man.
Straight up.
They don't make us faggots. You understand? That love that I have for this brother next to me is totally different than I have for my woman. It's just what it is. You understand? So you leave it at that. Make them prove that David was a homosexual. They'll never be able to prove it. You know why? Because David committed adultery and the Most High jacked him up for it. Well, why he ain't jack him up for being a homosexual with Jonathan?
Killed the child, too.
Don't make any sense. All right? He's the high priest and king over the order of Melchizedek. Melchizedek is an order like Aaron is an order. There were many Melchizedek priests. Going back to Adam, Seth, Enoch, Lamech, Methuselah, Noah, Shem, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You feel me? On down, man. We Melchizedek priests now too under the order. And the Messiah is king and high priest over that order.
David prophesied about it. Psalms 110, 4 and 5. Read Hebrews 6 and 20.
And Hebrews 7.
Yeah, Hebrews 7, verse 16. Hebrews 5 and 6. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
We in 1 Samuel, the 20th chapter. 1 Samuel chapter 20, say the water.
All praise.
Yeah. All right, 1 Samuel 20th chapter. Let's read this right here. Saul's hatred for David. And this is going into what? This new moon. New moon feast. Again, happy new moon to the Worldwide Assembly.
Yahoo!
It's the 4th moon of this year. You feel me? This is the first day of the 4th moon. Or the first day of the 4th month. You dig? We went to what the new moon is. We pulled scriptures. We went to Enoch. We went to the Apocrypha. We showed the current moon phase as it is right now. We showed it again. For y'all don't know, it's late to the live feed.
While you're doing that, Carlos Brown, read Genesis 16th chapter, Genesis the 14th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Learn about Melchizedek. You know,
it's an order. It ain't just one person. It's an order. That's the current moon phase. We read the Enoch 78. The new moon is the first day light appears upon it. Right after the dark moon, which is the end of the month.
That's right. We read first Enoch 78 chapter.
Yeah. 12
to 14.
Yeah. Well, happy new moon to the family.
That's right.
All right, let's get her done, Hebrew. This is the last scripture we're going to go into, but not the last scripture. We're going to go to Thessalonians after that and close it out.
All right.
All right, let's get her done.
All right. 1 Samuel chapter 20, starting the first verse, which reads, And David fled from Naoth in Ramah and came and said before Jonathan, What have I done? What is my iniquity? What is my sin before your father? That he seeketh my life.
Why your father trying to kill me, man? What did I do? What iniquity? I've been a brother. I've been solid. What's going on? All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 2. And he said unto him, The Most High forbid, thou shalt not die. Behold, my father will do nothing, either great or small, but that he will show it me. And why should my father hide this thing from me? It is not so.
Jonathan's like, nah, man, he ain't trying to kill you, man. He gonna show me, right? Well, let's see. Come on.
Verse 3. And David swore moreover, and said, Thy father certainly know that I have found grace in thine eyes. And he said, Let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly, as the Most High liveth, and as my soul liveth,
as thy soul,
as thy soul liveth, there is but a step between me and death.
David like, nah, man, I heard you talking, man. Your father's trying to kill me, flat out. As the Most High living and as your soul living, there's a step between me and death. He's trying to kill me, man. And what did I do to deserve this? And on the real, it's because the Most High is dealing with David, and he not dealing with Saul. That's the problem. You feel me? That's where the jealousy came into play, the hatred that Saul had for David. Because Saul knew time was up. You feel me? All the sand had slipped through the hourglass. It was over. You understand? So David like, well, what did I do? It ain't you done did anything. You feel me? He know that the spirit of the Almighty is with you. And it's not with him anymore. You feel me? So that breeds hatred. So that's part of this walk too, Zion. You're gonna get that. You don't get those that hate you because the level the Most High is dealing with you on. You don't get people that straight hate you and claim they in the truth. It happened with Saul and David. Why it won't happen with you? All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 4. Then said Jonathan unto David, Whatsoever your soul desireth, I will even do it for thee. And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon.
Tomorrow is what?
Is the new moon.
Tomorrow is
the new moon.
So that means the moon was like that in the sky when David and Jonathan were talking to each other. When it's void of light, it's the end of the month. He said tomorrow is what?
I'm going to read that verse again. Verse 5. And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon.
Tomorrow is the new moon. You understand? Now, the astronomers may call the new moon the all black moon today, but based off what we've read out the scripture dealing with Enoch and from Philo, an ancient Israelite, the new moon is the first sign of light coming up out of that dark moon. You feel me? So he said tomorrow is the new moon. So we got David and Jonathan, you feel me, who kept this feast that we're talking about every month. Because it's a law in Israel. Judah Moshe read it earlier, Psalm 81. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon. It is a law and statute in Israel. Feel me? A law in Jacob. You see? So he say tomorrow is the new moon, right? Let's read out.
And I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field until the third day at even.
See? So that's how you know that tomorrow is the new moon. You dig? I mean, that's the first day of the month.
They kept track of it.
Yeah. And he said, look, I'm going to hide out to the third day. You see? So that show you Israelites, you claiming you a Hebrew, these are part of our customs, man. These are part of our laws and commandments that we were given to observe to keep track of the times. Even David knew how to do that. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6. If thy father at all miss me, then say David earnestly, ask leave of me that he might run to Bethlehem, his city. But there is a yearly sacrifice there for all the family.
Yeah, your sacrifice or a feast. Let me get on the bottom here. Right? Because if it's the new moon, he's supposed to be sitting at the king's table, feasting with the king. So he's like, look, if he asks me where I'm at, say I went to Bethlehem. All right, go ahead.
Verse 7. If he say this, it is well, thy servant shall have peace. But if he be very wroth, then be sure that evil is determined by him.
He let Jonathan know. If he peaceful, when you tell him I'm in Bethlehem, it's all good. I'm tripping. But if he angry at all, know that he's trying to kill me, man. You understand? And it don't take a rocket scientist to know when somebody's trying to kill you. It don't take a rocket scientist, right? We in verse 8, right?
Verse 8. Therefore thou shalt deal kindly with thy servant, but thou hast brought thy servant into a covenant of the Most High with thee.
See, that vow, that covenant that they made amongst each other.
BRIT.
You feel me? The Most High respected that in the heavens. He respected that. So these same type of vows and covenants can go on today, man. Whether it be amongst brethren, whether it be amongst a spouse, and definitely amongst your spouse. Yeah, you're supposed to have made vowed covenants. Yes. You feel me? Let heaven and earth bear record. You feel me? Regardless of whatever else y'all got paperwork and out, it need to be some type of vows before you heard, you feel me, before the Almighty.
That's right.
You understand? Vows. That way, guess what? It's bound in heaven. This is what it is right here.
That's
all right? Come on, Hebrew.
And this is how you know you went to homosexual. Listen up.
That's right.
Notwithstanding, if there be in me any, it says, if there be in me iniquity, slay me thyself. For why shouldest thou bring me to thy father?
Why would you bring me to your father? If there's iniquity in me, slay me yourself. Go ahead and lay me on down. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And Jonathan said, far be it from thee.
Shalom, but not Yah, for your generous donation, Hebrew. Hallelujah.
Shalom, bro.
All right, bro.
For I knew certainly that evil were determined by my father to come upon thee. Then would not I tell it thee.
Yeah, he like, I'll tell you. If I knew it was what it was that you're saying, I would tell you. I ain't heard nothing about this stuff. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 10. Then said David to Jonathan, who shall tell me? Or what if thy father answered thee roughly? And Jonathan said to David, come, let us go out into the field. And they went out, both of them, into the field. And Jonathan said unto David, O master, Elohim of Israel, when I have sounded my father about tomorrow any time, or the third day, and behold, if there be good toward David, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna read that again.
Boy,
man, tongues twisted.
And I.
It says, if there be any good toward David, and I then sin not unto thee, and show it thee.
Now notice again how you know the new moon is the first day, because it said what? It said tomorrow, anytime, or the third day. Right? You got the new moon first day. Next day will be the second day, third day. All right? So that's showing right there the new moon is the first day of every month. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13. The master do so and much more to Jonathan. But if it please my father to do the evil, then I will show it thee and send thee away, that thou mayest go in peace, and the Most High be with thee, as he had been with my father.
Come on.
Verse 14.
Hallelujah.
And thou shalt not only while yet I live show me the kindness of the master, that I die not, but also thou shalt not cut off thy kindness from my house forever. Know not when the Most High have cut off the enemies of David, every one from the face of the earth.
He said, well, look out for me. I'm going to look out for you. When the Most High has cut off all your enemies, don't cut my house off. Remember me. You understand? Remember me. These are two brothers that are straight making a vow with one another. Like, hey, even though I see what's going on, remember me. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Shout out to Ron. Shalom.
Shalom, Ron Leman. Shalom.
Verse 16.
Yeah, I think you, but now you just got to play with that thing on there, man. I don't know nothing about it. You got certain color codes, whatever. You got to scroll over or something like that. But hey, right on anyway, Hebrew. All praise the Lord.
Where we at? Verse 17.
We'll get with you, Corey Moore, Terrell. We got an excellent breakdown to show Esau the Edomite connected to Alexander the Greek. That's a real fast, quick, easy breakdown. I'll do a video probably tomorrow. I'll probably kick off the barbershop chop shop tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah.
And this show is real quick. It's real easy to show Esau the Edomite and his connection biblically to Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, the first king over the Greeks. That's beyond easy. Everybody can claim that Esau is the Arabs. Nobody can debunk that, though. Everybody claiming the Arabs can debunk that. That breakdown there, shut everything down. Because you're going to have to call Alexander the Greek an Arab.
And the word Arab, anyway, because when he was Arab.
Mixed.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then Galatians 4 shut that down because it says this Mount Sinai, which is Hagar, is in Arabia. Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. So it's certain things that you can just dismiss. You feel me? So all praises. Look at Aki and say, I still got the V when y'all broke it down to me. Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah.
That was it.
Yeah, right there. Servants with a sword.
Yeah. Shalom, bro.
Yeah, it's an easy breakdown, though. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 16. So Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying, let the master even require it at the hand of David's enemies. Jonathan caused David to swear again because he loved him. We love him as he loved his own soul.
So he's not no homosexual. He loved him as he loved his own soul.
Love your neighbor as thyself.
You understand? But he's like, look, I'm going to make a covenant with you, man. Remember this. When the Most High delivers your enemies into your hands, don't forget about my household. Remember me. You understand? Jonathan knew the Most High was with David. Saul knew the Most High was with David. It's inevitable, man. You understand? You can't stop with the Most High and already anointed and set up.
Bulletproof lens.
You either gonna roll with it or get rolled over.
That's right.
If what the Most High is doing, no man can fight against you. All right, go ahead.
Verse 18. Then Jonathan said to David, tomorrow is the new moon, and thou shalt be missed, because thy seat will be empty. Man. And when thou hast stayed 3 days, then thou shalt go down quickly and come to the place where thou didst hide thyself when the business was in hand, and shall remain by the stone Ezel.
Yeah, new moon, and on the 3rd day, this is what it is, right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 20. And I will shoot 3 arrows on the side thereof, as though I shot at a mark. And behold, I will send a lad, saying, go, find out 3 arrows. If I expressly say unto the lad, behold, the arrows on the side of thee, take them, then come thou. But there is peace unto thee, and no hurt, as the Most High liveth.
If I expressly say unto the lad, behold, the arrows are on the side of thee, take them, then come thou. So it's like code words, buzzwords. He gonna shoot some arrows. He gonna tell the lad this right here. David, if you hear me tell the lad this, you all good. Come on home, man. Everything's straight. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
But if I say unto this young man, behold, the arrows are beyond thee, go thy way, for the Most High have sent thee away.
But if he shoot the arrows and he tell the lad they too far, man, and you hear me say that, that means you're right. My father's trying to kill you. They either by the side of you or they too far. If they by the side of you, come on home. If they too far, that means you right. My father trying to kill you. All right, go ahead.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
As touching or concerning the matter which thou and I have spoken of, behold, the Most High between thee and me forever.
That's right. So the covenant and oath we made may be bound in heaven forever. All right, remember me. All right, go ahead.
So David hid himself in the field. And when the new moon was come, the king set him down to eat meat.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? New moon, it's a feast. See? But you are not to keep the feast of the Most High with malice and anger on your heart, man. Trying to kill your brother. Like how you showing up to serve the Most High, but in your mind and your heart, you like, the hell with this. I'm trying to kill him. This is why when they say, I hate your feast days, I despise your new moons and all that, because we would show up to the Most High's feast day, even though we had all this hatred on our mind and heart for our brethren. This is what you don't want to do. This definitely didn't help Saul. This ain't do nothing but help speed up his departure off this earth. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 25. And the king sat up on his seat, as the other times, even upon a seat by the wall.
Come on.
And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, but we thought something had befallen him. He is not clean.
Yeah.
Surely he is not clean.
He must. If David not here, he must not be clean. That's the only way you could miss out on the Most High's appointments if you wasn't clean for some reason. Real talk. So he thinking, okay, he must not be clean. He not here. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 27.
Yeah.
And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the 2nd day.
Which was the what?
2nd day.
All right, the new moon is the 1st day, right? of the month. So the next day would be the second day, right? Go ahead.
Of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said to Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet?
He like, why he ain't coming to keep this feast? Why he ain't sitting down and eating with us?
Neither yesterday nor today.
Yeah, come on.
Jonathan's, in thy eyes, let me get away, I pray thee, and see my brethren. Therefore he cometh not on king's table. Verse 30. And Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said unto him, thou son of the perverse, rebellious woman. Dang.
Now he started joning on his baby mama.
Man.
He started joning on Jonathan's mama.
Man.
Thou son of a perverse,
rebellious woman.
Like, hold on. How you gonna bring up? That's that you know his intention was to kill David.
Yeah, something was on his mind.
Man, how is you gonna bring up my mama when I just told you David ain't here because he in Bethlehem?
Man, that's how you know when somebody got something on their heart.
Dang.
Man.
Thou son, this is your son. Thou son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Dang.
Read that again.
Man, this in the Bible? Yes.
Straight up.
This how you know this is our history, man.
Man, can I go down here? I ain't talking about your mom.
Yeah, like I'm telling you that who he's looking for went home to Bethlehem to holler at his people. And he turned right around and say, hey, look, this is your daddy talking to you. You son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Nigga, dang.
Man.
He knew at that point. Man. They try to kill David for no reason. Yeah, real talk, man.
Verse 30 again. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said unto him, thou son of the perverse, rebellious woman, do not I know that thou hast chosen the son of Jesse to thy own confusion, and unto the confusion of thy father's and of thy mother's nakedness?
He like, look, I know y'all cool. I see how close y'all are. I know this your partner. I know this your boy. You feel me? And then look, David and Jonathan already made a covenant amongst each other several times. So the fact that he said that about his son's mother when we were talking about David let you know that in his mind he was set to kill David, period. Thou son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 31. For as long as the son of Jesse liveth upon the ground, thou shalt not be established, nor thy kingdom. Wherefore now send and fetch him unto me, but he shall surely die.
See? You see that? All this is on the feast, man. You see the wicked vibration that's going on? You thought Saul would have remembered. You thought Saul would have remembered David killed Goliath.
Right.
You feel me? Cut his head off with his own sword. You'd have thought Saul would have remembered that whenever the evil spirit from the Most High jumped on David would play that harp to soothe.
Killed the Philistines.
You thought he would have remembered how David went and got 200 foreskins of the Philistines.
Right.
You feel me? As a dowry for his wife. You understand? You thought he remembered all the mighty things that David did that were not transgressions in the eyes of the Most High. But when you're dealing with a dark spirit, man, you feel me? The spirit of envy and jealousy, when you're dealing with that, you're not going to remember the kind gestures. You're not going to remember when somebody was there solid for you. You're not going to remember how solid and stand up that brother was for you, man, because you're dealing with a dark spirit called envy and jealousy, which if left unchecked, you will murder your brother without cause. That's the same spirit Cain had on him. Same exact spirit Cain had on him that killed Abel. You feel me? If you angry at your brother without a cause, like the Messiah say in Matthew the 5th chapter, you already a murderer. Saul was already angry at David without a cause, man. You had no reason to be angry at this brother. No reason. You see that? So when we having these new moons and these feasts and these Sabbaths, you understand? Make sure you check yourself, man. You dig? Keep your spirit tight out here, man. Be sincere. If you saying you love your brothers and sisters, do that. Love them. And that's more than just talk, man. You feel me? Too many times these things go down, feast days come around, and people out here gossiping. What are you gossiping about, man? People sneak dissing one another on Facebook, playing around. How you know you ain't in the spirit of Saul, which was the same spirit Cain had on him? And these are appointed times of the Most High. Or you really don't like them, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to act like I like them for the feast day. That's why the scripture tell you, if you got a problem, bring it to him one-on-one, go holler at him. Get that done. You got a problem with this sister, go holler at him. Too many times we let things fester, especially on social media, man. Y'all social media lights. Y'all not Israelites. Y'all social media lights. You wouldn't even be relevant had not social media been here, man. What if it wasn't a YouTube or a Facebook or Instagram or a Snapchat? Would you still be working out here, pushing this word? What if we couldn't record no music? Would you still be out here preaching and teaching the gospel, man? You see that? How you know you ain't got the spirit of Saul on you? The spirit of Cain, the spirit of envy and jealousy. The works of the flesh. So much you know you an Israelite. Majority of y'all wouldn't even be relevant had not have been social media. Social media is a new invention. You see that? So are you really about this work or not? Because if you really about this work, it wouldn't matter if a camera was on or not. It'd be going down wherever. I mean, this brother go in a store, it'd be on and cracking.
Straight up. Man, shout out to Joe, man. I ran into Joe today. Joe said, man, some brother, I guess I was putting in some work with. He said, man, I guess the dude got locked up. He just got out. He said, man, he said, they've been talking about you down at the workhouse.
Yeah.
Name where he locked up at. Talking about you down at the workhouse.
Name ring bells. You understand? You out here putting in work, that's what it is, man. But you do it because you love to do it.
All praise to the
Creator.
Creator.
You feel me? And you know you've been given a charge. Get this work done, man. Spirit of Saul and spirit of Cain is all throughout Facebook and social media, man.
Yeah.
People that claim they Israelites, claim they part of the same household and fold, be sneak dissing one another.
Right.
Really don't even be about this work, man. Because if you like, all right, we'll take away all the extracurricular, let's go do the work. No work. No work.
No work.
No work. You're not relevant. You see? If you really about this, be about this, man. And make sure you ain't in that same spirit of Saul and Cain. That spirit of envy and jealousy that would lead you to murder your brother had not nobody been looking.
Envious, huh?
Yeah, you know. And you look, you gonna have that in this walk, man. So when you start catching the spirit of envy and jealousy, don't lose focus. I must be doing something right, man. Stand up, Yahweh. And go harder. Because that's one thing you can't do is apologize for the gift Yahweh gave you, man. Not apologize to nobody for the gift Yah gave me. I'm not gonna recruit, what do you call it? Recuse yourself.
Right.
I relinquish the mic. Recuse yourself. No, I'm in the trenches to the Most High. Call me out, man.
Brothers get a one woman and on the porch.
Come on. I mean, it's just the truth. Start hiding.
Hide the lights.
Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 32. And Jonathan answered Saul, his father, and said unto him, what for shall he be slain? What hath he done? And Saul cast a javelin at him.
Look, he tried to kill his own son. That's a dark spirit right there, man. You see, and that happened when you ask somebody, well, look, show that to me, chapter and verse. You feel me? Or show me my transgression according to the scripture. That's what Jonathan is telling Saul. What he done did. You know what I'm saying? You may not like him, but what has he done to deserve death? You may not like Maccabee, but scripture, what have I done? You may not like Judah Moshe and how he rocked, but scripturally, he went against God? Chapter and verse? If not, you just like Saul. With him, throw a javelin at him.
Well, I think.
Look, and then trip off that. Jonathan is Saul's son. He's so wrapped up and messed up. He about to kill his own son because he asked him prove what David did to deserve death. Come on, Hebrew.
Man.
Let's get it.
Verse 33.
Yeah.
And Saul cast a javelin at him to smite him, whereby Jonathan knew that it was determined of his father to slay David. So Jonathan arose from the table in fierce anger and did eat no meat the second day of the month. But he was grieved for David because his father had done him shame.
Straight up, I ain't gonna stay here and eat. This feast is all out of whack.
Dang, so he ain't eat.
Out of her.
He left.
Yeah.
Man. Verse 35, and it came to pass in the morning that Jonathan went out into the field at the time appointed with David, and a little lad with him. And he said unto his lad, Run, find out now the arrows which I shoot. And as the lad, he shot an arrow beyond him. And when the lad was come to the place of the arrow which Jonathan had shot, Jonathan cried after the lad and said, Is not the arrow beyond you?
So being he said it to his lad, David heard that, knew your father's trying to kill me. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And Jonathan cried after the lad, Make speed, haste, stay not. And Jonathan's lad gathered up the arrows and came to his master. But the lad knew not anything, only Jonathan and David knew the matter. And Jonathan gave his artillery unto his lad and said unto him, Go carry them to the city. And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of a place toward the south and fell on his face to the ground and bowed himself 3 times. And they kissed one another and wept one with another until David exceeded.
Yeah, look, this is not tongue kissing.
Right.
Lip locking. You know what I'm saying? You see some of our old customs, even some of the Muslims hold some of our old customs where they, you feel me? That's all that is, man. There ain't no lip locking and tongue kissing. See, you really can't understand this Bible when you're reading it from a Babylonian mindset.
Yeah.
Somebody got you convinced they homosexuals when you read kiss. He ain't kiss. But it tell you in the scripture, greet your brothers with a holy kiss. You feel me? And you'll see ancient customs when brethren meet each other. Today you got all that gang culture. They got all that extra. But when ancient men greeted each other, it would be, you feel me, across the face a few times. Blessings to you, shalom lakat, you dig?
For example, the book of James, when you read about the gay apparel, it's not talking about homosexual clothing.
That's right, guys. That's right. That's
Play
right.
on words.
Play on words. Go ahead, Al.
You know, straight up. All right. Verse 39. But the lad knew not anything, only Jonathan and David knew the matter. 42, my bad. And Jonathan said to David, Go in peace, for as much as we have sworn, both of us in the name of the Most High, saying, The master be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. And he arose and departed. And Jonathan went into the city.
Straight up. We're going to go to 1 Thessalonians 5 next to close it on out. But just wanted to show y'all the hatred that Saul had for David during this appointed time. You understand? I had no reason to hate the brother, man. And again, the new moon is the first light of the moon after what's called the conjunction moon, the all dark moon. It's the first day of every month. This is the first day, the beginning of the first day of the 4th biblical month. How about we keep track of the Most High's times and stay up under his vibration and his spirit? You understand? That's just what it is. So I pray all y'all got some understanding. We're about to end it with this Thessalonians, talking about not being ignorant of the time and the seasons or the appointments of the Most High. You dig? And you see how David, man, Saul was trying to kill David because he had that spirit of envy and jealousy on him. You understand? He was so mad at David, he started joining on his son's mama. Thou son of a wicked, perverse, and rebellious woman. Dang.
Man.
Dang, that's serious, man.
We
read Enoch. If y'all want to know why we do the first light of the moon and not the dark moon, that's Enoch. First book of Enoch, 78, 12 to 14. It tell you what the new moon is. New moon is in the scriptures, but there aren't scriptures that specifically say what it is. Right? When we got to the Enoch, it laid it on the line. Man, and it can't be the full moon, because when you read the Apocrypha, Sirach 50, Sirach 51, it says full moon, the moon at the full, shining like the moon at the full. So the full moon can't be the new moon either. You understand? So all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High.
And shout out to my bro Corey, man. Love that brother, man. Deed and in truth. Shalom, bro. You watching us now?
Hallelujah. All praise.
Yeah.
Thank you on that. Hallelujah, sir. Bang, bang,
man,
bang.
Corey, we gotta link up, bro.
We'll get her done.
Yeah.
Most High willing, Hebrew, 1 Thessalonians 5. All right, we're gonna read
bro.
1 through
definitely gonna get it in, huh?
1 through 10, 1 through 11. First Thessalonians 5, 1 through 11.
All right. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting the first verse.
Yes, sir.
But the times and seasons, brethren.
The times and seasons. Seasons mean appointments. But the times and the appointments, brethren. Come on.
You have no need that I write unto you.
You have no need that I write unto you, to the believers. You know the times and the seasons. You understand? You know the appointments of the Most High. You understand? You know about the prophecies and how these volcanoes and these earthquakes and these dead birds and these monstrosities washing up on these shores and these blood moons and these shooting stars and all this stuff that's happening back to back. You that's in the knowledge, that's in the know, there's no need for me to write into you about the times and the seasons, because you're paying attention, right? Come on, Hebrew.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Most High so cometh as a thief in the night.
It's going to come as a thief in the night for those that are not watching. Not for the brethren. Not for those that's paying attention. You see, if you paying attention to the times and the seasons that have been prophesied and that have been ordained by the Most High Heavenly Father, it won't be a thief in the night for you, because you're paying attention. You feel me? A thief can't break into your car if you're watching your car.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
It's the same thing. The day of the Most High won't be a thief in the night for us that's paying attention. The Messiah say, watch as well as pray always, man. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
Yeah, when they start talking peace, like Donald Trump and Kim Jong mentally ill just the other day, right? I thought it was all beef, right? North Korea bets not bark out one more threat. Now they buddies.
Straight up.
And everybody like, whoo, no war is coming. When they banging about this peace, when they saying peace, know that war is on the way, man. Come on, Hebrew.
And they shall not escape.
Yeah.
But ye brethren are not in darkness.
See, the brethren, those that's in this belief, you're not in darkness. Come on.
That the day should overtake you as a thief.
You see that? Because you're paying attention, right? So even the beginning of the months, like the new moons, we supposed to be observing that. Pay attention to the appointed times of the Most High. No feast day should be able to sneak up on you, man. No feast day. You understand? Especially in the midst of all this prophecy and all this death that's happening. You're supposed to be more attentive now than ever. All right, come on, Hebrew.
You all are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
Nah, we the children of the light. See that? Come on, Hebrew.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others.
Let's not sleep or not pay attention as others. You don't want to be with your feet up, with your shoes off, ready to snooze off, man. You supposed to be paying attention. The world is asleep. They're not looking for the Most High. You are. All right, go ahead, Doc.
But let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night.
See, let us watch and be sober. Be aware of what's going on around here, man. Don't be in la-la land. You so drunk and high, you don't even know what's going on. You in la-la land.
You like it.
You dig? Come on, Hebrew.
And they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Hey, verse 8. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
See, let us be sober, meaning be aware of what's going on, man. Put on the breastplate. A breastplate is like a bulletproof vest, spiritually. Of what? Breastplate of what?
Faith and love.
Of faith, belief, and love, commandment keeping. Love is not February the 14th. Valentine's Day. Love is the keeping of the commandments according to the Bible from Old to New Testament. That's what love is. You feel me? And if you put on a breastplate that protect your heart and your chest of faith and love, guess what you're doing out here, man? You doing what the Messiah called you to do. And that protects you. All right, come on now.
And for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
Sound like you putting on a whole armor of the Most High, like I say in Ephesians 6. Helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith, sword, which is the word, feet, what it say, shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Huh? It sounds like you look like a medieval knight out here. But in spirit, you putting on the armor of the Most High to wage war against all the forces of darkness, man. Yes, and you need to be alert. If you ever been in any type of shootout or you ever been in any type of army, you know good and well you cannot afford to be off in la-la land nowhere, man. You get killed out here. So this is a spiritual war. Stay alert, man. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath.
The Most High has not appointed us, the believers. He ain't appointed us to wrath, man. We supposed to be loving one another, building one another up. You dig? I mean, we even talking black power or any of that, but we don't love our brothers. You dig? It's all good for the so-called white man. He gets a pass. But you be ready to kill your brother because he owe you $20. Come on, Hebrew.
But to obtain salvation by our master, Yahawashi HaMashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep.
Whether we who?
Wake or sleep.
Whether we wake or sleep. Come on.
We should live together with him.
Whether we alive or dead.
Verse 11.
I mean, look, our bodies are dedicated. Our minds are dedicated. You feel me? To the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. Period.
That's right.
Whether we alive or dead, man. It's for life and then after. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another.
Wherefore, do what?
Comfort yourselves together.
Comfort means to exhort, encourage. You're going to be encouraging your brothers and sisters in these hours, not gossiping about them, not slandering them. We'll be encouraging them. Hey, man, stay strong out here, man. Stay focused. Hey, sister, I see you. Keep striving to be that virtuous daughter of Zion. Yeah, they're going to talk crazy about you because you're wearing more dresses now. And you're wrapping your head up more. You dig? You ain't as loud popping off at the mouth no more. You actually ruling your spirit like a daughter of Sarah should. You honoring your man and your king like a daughter of Sarah should. You understand? Hey, brother, stand strong out here. I see you standing on that word, man, being uncompromising.
Straight up.
That's where we get our power from, man. Stand on the word of the Most High. Anything outside of that don't exist anyway. We encourage our brothers to be strong, righteous warriors. We encourage our sisters, man, to be stand-up, virtuous daughters of Zion. Feel me? And we're going to challenge you, and we're going to hold you to it.
That's right.
You virtuous, we're going to hold you to it. You men stand-up soldiers, warriors, we're going to hold you to it. Because we've been given a charge, a mandate from heaven. You feel me? It is what it is. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do.
You see what you do? You comfort, you exhort them, and you edify. Meaning you correct, you teach. Right? And to that day, Juanita Watson, why you got it? Girl, you know why I word is on my head. I always got it on my head. What you mean? Yeah, I hope. It's all good, man. So I pray y'all got some understanding. Give us some sevens up in there if y'all got some understanding about the new moon, what day the new moon is, what the new moon look like. You understand? And how we are not supposed to be keeping these feasts in the spirit that Saul had for David, which is the same spirit Cain had for Abel, which is the spirit of jealousy and envy. We missing out on our blessings. You understand? And how we supposed to be keeping the first day of the month, every month. You feel me? Y'all we own it. We're gonna be doing this every month.
Understandest thou?
All praise to the Most High. May you all be blessed. You understand? And once again, all praises and glory to the Most High. House of Zion Homeschool. We making major moves out here. You can check the description box on the video. The GoFundMe link is in there as well. Shout out to the sister Lakeisha Davis. Shout out to my
Deborah Lee.
Shout out to my Emma Deborah Lee. Shout out to Gaza City Giddy. I see you, Hebrew. Right. Shout out to Noy, TT Noy in the building, Eliana. You dig? Juanita out in Cali. I see you, Hebrew. Y'all continue to pray for us as we pray for y'all. That's what up, man. I'm going to check out boys. I'll hold it down. Okay, boss she is. That's what up, Hebrew. Hallelujah. I love you too, Mama Deborah.
You ain't say you love me.
Man, stop this.
There goes Saul right there. You didn't say thou lovest me.
Tubiel in the building. Boxologist. That's Gabriel out of KC.
Shalom,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying? All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High.
I'm gonna call you in a second too, bro.
Possessor of all things.
The charges thy phone.
You giving out tickets? There ain't no tickets for the barbershop chop shop, man. Just be in St. Louis and come up there, man. What y'all talking about? Both y'all boys, y'all keep representing Atlanta, stirring up for y'all. Yeah, for sure, man. We banging to the casket drop, man. We banging to the casket drop. Tickets. Hey, look, service with a sword. He done been to the barbershop chop shop. Do we sell tickets for that, brother?
Right.
Give me a 7. Give me a 7 if it's a hell to the no, brother.
Who was that? Quinita Watson. Look, ham.
That's just out there. No, that's Trey Sanders and Quinita. No,
Shalom. Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Okay, shalom.
Shalom. Hell no, 7. There are no tickets to the barbershop chop shop.
Praises.
We go live at 9 o'clock on Fridays, and you know what I'm saying? We go into whenever. You know, so shout out to TT Ursha. I ain't see on the comment board today. Ted's boat. Shalom family, Jehu M. He laughing. Yeah, I know he's playing back. All praise glory now. Y'all pray for us. We continue to pray for y'all. Honor humility, STL, McKill's Order, STL, Sector the Nazarene, House of Zion Homeschool. Y'all continue to pray for your brothers as we continue to pray for y'all. Bring your sword. Bring your sword to be denied at the door. Oh yeah, because hey, it go down in there all script.
Shout out to the bro Yoab, man.
Yeah, my Yoab is a no-fly zone. Yoab. The house of Yoab, man. My brother is truly cut from the cloth of Abraham, man. When you come to hospitality, I don't know another brother around here in St. Louis to get down like that, man. Yoab house is a safe haven. You dig? So may the Most High bless that brother. You dig? That's right. Don't hold grudges. Be genuine. You dig? And y'all enjoy the rest of this feast, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this feast. This feast right here go all the way over to tomorrow evening, and then we kick off the Shabbat. Bang. You know what I'm saying? She go right into the Shabbat. Bang. You dig? Sit down and pray, meditate. Thank the Most High for giving you understanding. You know the new moon is the first day of every month. You know it's the first sign of light out there like a skinny thumbnail. You feel me?
You two and him is boss shit.
That's our boy. He was saying he's down in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. We know, bro.
We know what's up. We know it's something that must be observed and kept every month. And we know that we are not supposed to be in the spirit of Saul or Cain when we keeping the feast of the Most High. You feel me? So all praises and glory to the Most High. Y'all pray for us. We continue to pray for y'all. And y'all know the slogan, man. Strap up or back up. Long to the King. Y'all. Get her done. All praise, man. Excellent session.